Marie, a solid, balanced character with the ability to operate at several different ranges. Definitely a comfortable character that is beginner friendly. With a mix of basic and advanced pressure options, Marie provides good linear progression with your skill level. Her game plan makes it really easy to learn the fundamentals, level up, and then evolve the way you approach the game over time. A big part of what makes Marie a beginner-friendly character is that she has lots of defensive answers. Her DP is great and she controls space really well in neutral, giving you a buffer to play a little bit more slowly as you adjust to the pace of Ultimax. Marie's kit has a ton of options to pressure the opponent on wake up, and her easily accessible safe jumps allow you to do so without the fear of DP. This variety makes it really hard for the opponent to have the right responses ready. A slight negative though is that, especially starting out, you won't be dealing too much damage, and you really need to spend SP or land counter hits to get going with those higher damage routes. Also, Marie has good pressure, but it has diminishing returns the further up the skill ladder you climb. As you level up, you'll start to see that the basic tricks just kind of stop working and you gotta come up with new inventive ways to open people up. But let's hold our horses and learn those basics so we can start playing the character, right? A brief overview of Marie's attacks. For full frame data and complete information, of course, check out dustloop.com. Marie's basic attacks are all on the faster side of the spectrum in terms of startup and also have favorable recovery frames. Stand A hits a low, giving you the ability to throw your opponent off with several lows in block string pressure. Stand B is a two-parter that you can delay before the second hit for plus frames if you hit it a bit lower to the ground, but there is a gap between that they can punish you through. The jumping attacks have decent range and help your approach, but the sweep is great, quick and far-reaching while being safe if it's blocked. Marie's C persona attacks provide a bit more range, but whiffing these will leave you very vulnerable due to their very lengthy recovery. The D attacks, on the other hand, are exceptional at providing you with space control and pressure, particularly after knockdown. Jumping C is really good and it can be tempting to abuse it, but opponents will quickly start shutting it down and eating your persona cards if you're reckless with it. The DP, also pretty good, hits all around Marie, mostly everything you need out of a defensive Furious action. For the skills, Run Amok is a good combo tool and the frame data isn't too bad for use in block strings. Second hit is an overhead and you can do some really tricky stuff with one more cancels. This skill pulls a gift out. A for chocolate that chases the opponent on the ground, and B for a cloud, SB version for both. You can use the C button for a follow-up that pulls out Igor and is a strong anti-air option due to a special type of invulnerability frames that are placed on this move. Stigma, super useful for space control by denying the opponent the ability to freely play at the ranges they want. C for close range, D for long range, and SB version for auto tracking. Evil Eye is a trap that you can set that blows up in a few seconds, or can also be detonated manually with the same command input. The trap absorbs single hit projectiles and is amazing at setting up lockdown pressure as you get into higher level play. For the supers, Shell Super is an invincible reversal, and the second super is better for ending combos and securing rounds. It can also be used as a full screen punish. The Awaken Super is like a buffed up version of your basic D attacks. Great for setting up stifling pressure that will crack most people's defenses. And you've likely already noticed, but Marie's gimmick is the weather system. Honestly, don't think too much about this for now. It affects some things, but we'll treat them as happy accidents starting out instead of something to focus on. But if this is what drew you to the character, by all means, explore it starting out. I just won't be covering much of it in this guide. Combo time. Marie doesn't take much in the way of execution starting out. As a character with great set play, we're going to be looking to get as much frame advantage on knockdowns as possible to be effective. To start with, you actually can't go wrong with the auto combo. This lets you get different safe jumps off with the additional benefit of gaining the bonus meter from executing the 4 hits of the auto combo, as well as the burst gauge bonus. Alternatively, you can route into a sweep and then pull out a gift to run some immediate pressure for a higher damage confirm. Then, for a little bit more damage, you can route into the bag skill manually instead of in the auto combo. And here's a corner combo that can get you some pretty nice wake up pressure, and once you get comfortable, you can set up Evil Eye in the corner with it. Now, to get real damage, we gotta get a little bit more advanced. So, you see how jumping down B hits the opponent but recoils backwards, stopping you from extending combos past that part? Yeah, so we can actually cancel that recoil with another attack animation. Try it out with jumping B and jumping C. If you're able to get it low enough, you'll notice that the next attack doesn't come out before you hit the ground, and you just drop and can act freely immediately. So we'll be exploiting this with our B and SB bag skill attacks to get higher damage in combos. First off, our sweep allows us enough time to land an SB bag attack. From there, we'll instant air dash at the earliest opportunity, jumping B to catch the opponent that's falling away, jumping down B cancel into a C cancel, which doesn't come out, we drop down and we continue the combo with a stand A, catching the falling opponent. Then end with whatever you want to so you can continue your pressure. Auto combo is pretty easy. Next up, we want to practice landing it off of anti-air crouching B. The crouch C part of the combo snags them down to help you get everything off more cleanly. And lastly, we can use this extension trick off of counter hit stand C punishes, which gives enough hit stun to use the B bag attack straight up, and enough hit stun scaling at the end to get a strong knockdown with crouching C. From there, you've got the foundation. Of course, you can incorporate supers, but you want to conserve the meter so you can have it ready when you can actually secure the kill. And then comes time to implement combos in an actual game. So, strategy. Neutral begins with establishing your area denial. Show them stigma, let them know that positioning isn't free. Give them some gifts, chocolate and cloud to fill the screen with obstacles that make them think a little bit more and slows them down. You can use your several anti-air options to dissuade them from reckless air approaches. You have crouching B, crouching C, Igor, your DP, and once you've established your presence and instill a little bit of fear, it's time to get in. And then when you land your hit, you confirm, knockdown pressure. Starting out, you want to build everything off of the safe jumps. The ability to safely pressure against DP starting out helps to flatten the learning curve in a lot of matchups. Your block pressure can start out pretty straightforward. Use your basic A and B attacks, dash cancels, stagger a bit to maybe check if they're trying to mash out of the pressure, and effectively frame trap them. Jump cancels with Marie are also very strong to reset pressure with. You can jump cancel both standing A and crouching B even on block, then get right back in with the jumping down B into jumping B, looping your pressure right back around and forcing them to have to react instead of just waiting for their turn, because that turn may never come if you execute this cleanly. And if you've watched any of my guides, you may have noticed I never talk about all-out attacks. It's a bad habit that will definitely win you games, but will also force you into a wall against intermediate opponents that'll have you pretty hard stuck if you depend on it too much. However, Marie can set up a lot of screen clutter, and because she forces a low block at the very start of pressure with a low hitting standing A, it's not the worst thing to include the all-out attack from time to time, as much as it pains me to say. Okay, so your next steps: learn the more advanced setups, specifically for Evil Eye, then more advanced combos. There are a few that are character specific, which can be really useful in certain matchups. You'll also want to get into mastering item usage to convert into optimal damage routes, and like I said at the top of the show, super friendly character for beginner stuff, but also has the capacity to scale really well with advanced level play. So, if you pick up Marie, hope you have fun, and I'll see you next time.